Yo, people, what's good? Welcome back to my channel. Listen, it's a special one. It's a special one today, man. Uh, I had to invite my fellow Big Six co-host Saeed. What you saying,
Come
bro?
on.
What's good?
Yeah, man, not too bad, man. Not too bad. It's been a while, Henry. It's the last time I was probably on here was when you lot were shouting and Don Belly better than Pogba. So it's been a while, man. It's been a while. You know what
Come
I'm
on, bro. Sometimes you
saying? Listen.
listen. Sometimes calma, innit? Like we were doing a combined 11. You know how it gets in
Mm.
the combined 11,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. To be
Don't
fair,
take
it
it
does. I
personal.
know. Yeah, yeah. Now you know what? Anytime I can defend Pogba, because it ain't easy on the street. You got to deal with Souness, you got to deal with Grizz, got to deal with Big Steve. And then when I was like, man, Tobi, man, come on, man, not you. Are you joining that crew as well? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, listen. Let's not talk about LeBill, man. LeBill's
mm,
gone. LeBill's at
yeah,
Juve.
yeah.
I'm sure LeBill's dealing with his own problems right now, to be honest. But
Mhm.
we're here to talk about Man United v Spurs, man.
Yep.
First and foremost, are you going to the game tomorrow?
Yeah, yeah. I'm there. I'm there.
You're there,
I'm
yeah.
there. Yeah,
You're
I'm
gonna
there.
see me link up, buddy. I'm there.
Are
I'm
you there?
there.
Yeah. Have you got a
Yeah,
ticket?
yeah, yeah. Of course. I had a ticket on my season. I've got a ticket on my season ticket, and then I
Okay.
sold it because I thought I wasn't going to be able to make it. But now, like
What time you
literally
getting there?
lost. I'm probably gonna get there maybe like 4:30/5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Say no
So,
more. We'll link
so
up outside your way, and you know what I mean. You
yeah,
best
man.
keep me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. I heard about the Tottenham crowd, man. So you best keep me safe around
Nah,
there.
don't worry, man. You'll be insulated, man. You'll be insulated. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. Don't
Nah, I
worry. You'll
love
be
that.
calm.
Love that.
You'll be
Yeah, I'm
calm.
there
Yeah. So
tomorrow, man. It's a big
calm,
game
calm.
tomorrow, man.
Yeah, calm. Yeah, I'll definitely message you once I touch down. It'll be my first. It's my first time at Old Trafford since the 2-1 loss that Jose had. You remember Jose when he
Oh,
took over
Rashford,
midway
Rashford
through?
winner.
Rashford, yep, Rashford torched Aurier on that right hand side, and it was
Yeah.
just it was hell, man. But
Mm,
listen, we're hoping for a different circumstance, man. But
mm,
I want to start off with United. Yeah, let's talk Man United because
mm,
it's been a little bit of a it's been a, listen, it's been
mm.
a rebuilding season. Let's be real. Let's call it that. It's been a rebuilding
Yeah, yeah.
season because I'm looking at Man United right now, and I'm looking at your results. 5 wins, which is
Mm,
not that bad. 5 wins out of 9 is not that bad. That's more than half your games won. But
yeah.
3 losses in 9,
Mm,
only the one draw, 15 goals conceded, but
yeah.
most alarmingly, 13 goals scored. Like,
Mm.
what are you like? What's your general take on Man United this season? Because I've seen you at times, you've been a bit not bullish, but you've been optimistic that United can get top 4. Do you still believe United can get top 4?
You know that the whole top four right now at this minute, I don't even want to speak about it. Like, I just want to take it game by game. And it sounds crazy, but I feel like when you make these predictions at the start of the season, I feel like you have this air of, you know what I mean? Like, you feel confident, you're thinking, you know what, things can work out, and you believe in your team. But as time has gone by, I'm not gonna lie to you, I think I'm getting started to creep. My doubts are starting to creep in as to whether A, this squad can compete. B, when you talk about the goals, they're alarming, man. Because at the end of the day, yes, the season's been a decent start for the manager. Okay, the Man City result was bad. In the first 2 games, it was in isolation. He had to figure out his team. But I'm not gonna lie to you, man. 13 goals scored is worrying. We don't have a natural goal scorer. We don't have a consistent goal scorer, and we don't have a reliable goal scorer. I've just named you 3 big things there that are quite worrying. You guys have got Harry Kane. You know where the source of goals is coming from, regardless of who's assisting him or whatnot. You know Harry Kane's guaranteed you 15 goals plus, even more sometimes, 20 goals plus. I feel like with us right now, we're relying on Martial to stay fit. Ronaldo had a good season last season, but if you're being honest with you, the goals came in patches. I'm not going to discredit his goals, but the goals came in patches. There was a few hat tricks here and there,
Yeah,
notably one against it in the Tottenham game. So
yeah,
for me, it is a little bit worrying because I feel like for this top four, you need goal scorers. You need people in around there that are going to be the match winners. You look at Arsenal right now. They're scoring. Gabriel's getting a few goals. Saka's getting a few goals. But I feel like with Man United, we're a learning process. We're starting to develop a little bit. We are doing the principles of what Ten Hag does. It's just that we can't finish our chances and we don't have reliable goal scorers. And this is what the frustrating bit for us.
Do you think though? So like, so you said one thing there, like you're doing what the manager wants, but I don't think this team is still built in the manager's image. I get that.
No.
He's trying to make this team play the way he wants them to play, but like, look, I remember I didn't watch the game, but I looked at your Omonia stats at home, and you lot absolutely levered them and couldn't really score up until the last minute. And I actually watched the second half of the Omonia game away, where you lot made hard work of that again. Chance after chance being wasted. So I'm looking at it now, and I really think that this goal scorer thing is going to be a huge burden,
bro.
It's going to be for me. It's going to be an anchor that will weigh your club down. And when you actually look at the profiles as well, Ronaldo is still the best finisher at your club. Like typically you put him in front of goal and he will score. But
the problem is though, he can't get to there though. That's the problem.
And that's the point I was going to make. So one, physically, he can't get up and down the pitch as fast as you lot want. Two, when he's getting these chances now, okay, listen, you can blame it on maybe rust, like maybe he's slowing down, I don't know. But in front of goal this season, and I'm touching wood because I don't want this to be the commentator's curse, but this season he's not really been effective in front of goal. He's had chances, and he's not scoring. And then,
but you know what it is with Ronaldo?
Go on.
Sorry to cut you off there, but I called out Ronaldo last season towards, I would say, February, March. I said there was a game where Statman Bays came with me, and I said, yo, Statman, man, Ronaldo looks like he's finished, isn't it? Like, he just looks like he's getting bullied off the ball. And I got a barrage of abuse, and everyone was like, how are you disrespecting Ronaldo? I wasn't disrespecting Ronaldo. What I was disrespecting was the fact that his body can't cope with the Premier League and what the physicality is bringing, and the fact that we've got to play a certain way to suit and cater his needs. Like, a lot of the time he comes short, he comes deep. It's like, bro, stay in the box, man. Like, yeah, someone Sakai says, no, that's what I'm talking about. Stay in the box. He wants to link up in play, but you're not that guy anymore. And this is not, again, a criticism of Ronaldo. It's just you understanding your body thinking you've got to do certain things correctly. And I think for me, that's why Ronaldo was hooked off. And that was why there was a certain point in the game, I was watching it. Ronaldo got told by Ten Hag to come and see him because he wasn't doing the basics of getting in the box. And this is the problem. And I think for me, Ronaldo is probably the best goal scorer. Ronaldo is probably the best natural finisher. I get that. But now the modern game is that you have to arrive in the box. You have to link up, play well. You have to do everything but score goals. And this is the problem. And this is what Ronaldo can't give us. And this is why I'm like, I'm not trying to disrespect him, but he ain't that guy anymore. And you can't just say Ronaldo has to play every game just for the sake of it. No, I'm sorry. It's not going to work out like that.
But then, and I think this is the issue. I think Ten Hag has realized that the way he wants to play, what he needs from a forward, Ronaldo can't offer him that. And it's no disrespect to Ronaldo. And I think a lot of people need to realize now that Ronaldo is like, how old is he? Like 38, 39
37, 38 in February, man.
Yeah, like Ronaldo, his powers are fading, and it's understandable. He's done a lot. This guy has mashed work. He scored over 700 goals. And again, like you said, you would rarely doubt Ronaldo in front of goal when the chances are coming. Even though he's missed the season, you'd rarely doubt him in front of goal. But the problem is when you look at what the team needs, it's lacking. And the issue, again, similar to last year, is in the absence of Martial, there is yet again an over-reliance on Ronaldo. The only difference is, in comparison to last season, his performance have been worse. His finishing has been worse, and he's a year older. So for me, it's like it's a big issue for Ten Hag. And you're just looking to the team, and you're thinking the likes of Rashford, they're going to have to step up and score. Anthony, listen, we'll talk on him later on, but I know he's got 3 and 4, but he's going to need to keep that rate going. Sancho is going to need to. Sancho,
please, Sancho. It's sad. It's very, very sad for me, that subject.
Bro,
it's very sensitive subject.
But it's the truth. Bruno's going to need to step up. Like, listen, Man United need goals, and you were saying it in the summer as well. I think we even spoke about it one time on my channel or on the Big Six and stuff. And it's like when you look at the money that was spent, for you to spend, how much do you spend? Like 200 and I can't
200
remember.
million. But
I
I
think
can't
about
lie to you.
30 or 40 odd million. So for you to spend that, and there's still so many gaps in your team.
I know.
Tells you one, that maybe you didn't allocate your resources properly into the transfer window, and two, there was so much decay from the team from previous years gone by that like it's literally going to take like 4-5 windows to address
this. And this is what I've realized now. And sometimes you do look up on a transfer window, and at that moment there, you think, right, it's a good window. We've got certain players in. But I can't lie to you. In that window, I was still a bit like disappointed. We didn't get a striker. We didn't get a backup right back because now Dalot's performances have dipped a little bit, and he's not looking the same player. And also, we needed a midfielder for me. That's a very, very good ball carrier. We don't have many ball carriers in this midfield. I don't think Eriksen, for as good as Eriksen is, I don't think he's an amazing ball carrier.
He isn't.
I think for me, we need a player like a De Jong. And obviously, we didn't get a De Jong. We need a player in there that can be a box to box, can give us that. Especially when teams are pressing us, just to get out of the press and just move with the ball and get us up that pitch. Bruno can't do that. Eriksen can't do that. Casemiro can't do that. Fred definitely can't do that because I don't know what he's good at. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you. But I feel like for me, the window was now looks like we're relying on Eriksen to be that kind of creative spark, to be everything that United should be doing. And I'm sorry, Eriksen should have been the kind of cream on top. He should have been the cherry on top, not the guy that we're relying on so heavily. And this is the problem. And now when I'm looking at the window, I'm thinking, I'm not gonna lie to you, it wasn't the best window we ever had. Casemiro, I get it, but I feel like that was in terms of we were a bit desperate because Ten Hag looked at the first 2 games thinking, shit, we need some midfielders. And this is why we went in there. So I can't lie to you. It is very, very concerning the fact that we're having to rely on Martial and we're having to rely on Eriksen. And the season is a long season. So all of a sudden, I'm now waiting for January thinking, bloody hell, when's January going to come around? Because we're a bit short in certain areas. And you've seen it against Newcastle. We just couldn't do anything. Look at our bench. We had about 3 or 4 youngsters, bro. That's not good enough, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the concerning... The thing with Man United is you have found a way to win games this season. And I think you're going to need to cling on to that and prioritize what you've been probably the best at. I say the best at what has worked for you the best this season, which is your defense. I think you've seen in a lot of games, your defending Martinez is playing well, Varane's playing well, even Dalot. I don't rate Dalot at all, but I think even he's improved his performances this season. Even Luke Shaw's come into the team last 2 games, he's looked competent. So I think it's going to be a case of you lot trying to remain as resolute as possible and just be clinical up top and try and keep up until January, because I feel like with the way the Premier League is going right now, with the way the Premier League is going right now, it's one of those situations where, like, before you know it, you could easily be 8.
I know.
And then at the start of the season, you look at it took you guys. It took you guys going on a 4-game streak. I think like a 4-game
catch up.
Just to catch up. Do you get what I'm saying?
But the thing is, though, Toby, the worrying thing for me is, yes, you can be 8 points behind certain teams, but bro, Tottenham are not losing points. I think West Ham was Arsenal game. You lost that game. Before that was West Ham that you dropped points. I'm sorry, teams are not dropping points. Arsenal are not dropping points. Right now, I can't lie to you, I don't even want to think about Arsenal. I'm trying to think about Chelsea and Tottenham. Chelsea now have got this resurgence. That's why I was like, damn, man, they should have really sacked Tuchel. Like, we could have had a little bit of a chance. And this is the situation, Toby. Yes, you drop points, but for me, nobody else is dropping points. And that's the key thing, Toby. And I feel like for me, this is like, I don't know if you remember the 2019 season where everyone was dropping points. Even last season when so many people were dropping points. Like, if we had a bit about us, we could have clawed it back and gone on a run, but we never ever went on a run. But this one here, you win a game, everyone else has won a game. The moment you drop points, bang, they've got a win. And Tottenham, Chelsea, and have still not slipped up so far as of yet properly.
Yeah, so, it's a techie one, and you know what? Like, we will come back to Man United because it's not all doom and gloom. Like,
it's not. It's not.
It's not all doom and gloom. We'll talk about your record against us at your ground because it's quite strong. But before that, I just wanted to big up these guys who sent the super chat. So big up Francis for the super chat. He says, Arsenal fan here, but I genuinely like Tobes. Always will support your channel. You should be Spurs top YouTuber. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Very intelligent. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate the super chat, bro. And then I got another super chat from John Stewart. So big up John Stewart. He says, Ericsson, a doubt. Big blow for United.
Apparently people saying that.
We'll get onto team news later on, but let's switch over to Spurs, right? Because so much has been made about us this season.
Like, I know.
10 games in, 23 points. 10 goals conceded. I think, let me even check the table.
Why is everyone mad? I said on Twitter. Did you see my tweet, by the way?
Bro, 22 goals scored. So we've scored scored the third most goals in the league. So we've got 10 goals conceded in line with Chelsea, Man City, and Arsenal. And we've scored the third most goals, and we've only lost once, winning 7. Why is there so much fury and anger at Spurs?
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to say. I don't get it, me. I genuinely don't get it. I personally don't get it. You guys are scoring goals. You're not conceding many. Like I said, third highest goal scorers in the league. I don't know what people want. I don't know. Especially, let me just talk to Tottenham fans first. I don't know what Tottenham fans want. Antonio Conte wasn't brought here to play the most expansive style of football. Okay, yes, if you're, you're a footballing man, you want to see a bit of, flair, you want to be excitement in your game, but Antonio Conte is making Tottenham efficient. Antonio Conte is making Tottenham hard to beat. He's trying to embed a mentality at the football club, and you can't do that sometimes when you play a certain expansive style of play, because then people start to slack, people start to then lose responsibility, and he don't want that. Bro, I'm seeing people like Sessegnon now improving. Dyer now all of a sudden looks a different player, when there's been so many seasons where we've looked at Dyer and thought, this guy, man, he's not that guy in it. I think even Tottenham fans could probably say that, but he's now a matured centre-back, and this all comes down from Antonio Conte and his relentless and his feeling of, you know what, he's in there and he's that 12th man for Tottenham. And I know it sounds a bit cringy, but he is. He gives that mentality, he gives that pride, and he puts it on the pitch. And I think the players now are starting to believe in him now. I just think for me, there's not a lot of talk on Spurs. I'll be honest with you. I don't think they're getting the credit they deserve. Yeah, but I know. But for you, you probably will say, and I see a couple of people, that are saying this is similar to Tuchel. The reason why I go on about Tuchel is because Tuchel isn't known for that style of football. And this is why I was like, well, what's going on here? I'm sure I see better football at PSG, at Dortmund. I said, come on, you can't be playing like this at Chelsea with the level of talent that there was. At Spurs and Antonio Conte, I know what his style of play is. Everybody's seen it. It's very, very pragmatic, but at the end of the day, it works for him, and he's shown it, and he's done it. So I feel like with Tottenham, they're on a different journey to what Tuchel and Chelsea was. They're here to win trophies. They're here to win by any means necessary, and they're going to be efficient. And for all Tottenham care, they want to get the results. They want to get, the performances will come. And you know what? I feel like the performances have been very, very, people are not giving some credit. There's been some good games that Tottenham have played good football. So I'm sorry, man. You've got to give. I've always been a massive fan of Antonio Conte. I've never hit it. I've wanted him at United.
You never wanted him at United, though?
Sorry?
You never wanted him at United, though?
No, sorry. I wanted him at United. Sorry, I should have rephrased that. I wanted him just before Ten Hag. There was an opportunity that Man United could have got Antonio Conte before Ralph Rangnick. I said, let's go and get him. And it was that game that Al Sakiko, that we were in the studio. I don't know if you were there that day. I don't know if it was me or Fuad, but we were there in the studio thinking, right, you know what? Right, whoever loses this year, I'm not bothered, but we're going to get Antonio Conte next. And then flipping hell, you guys lost at your ground, and you guys got Antonio Conte. So
we got El Sakiko. El Sakiko.
El Sakiko, that's what I'm trying to say to you. So I feel like for me, you know what it is, people can want more. I get that, but you have to remain and have that sense of perspective. Where are Tottenham in their journey? Tottenham in a journey where they have to compete, they have to get in there, win a trophy, and they've probably got one of the best managers in the world, and he's going to do that. Just give him time, give him the resources, and now you're starting to see there's a reason why Bentancur and Højbjerg are playing and not Basuma. He knows what he's doing. He's got the plan, and it's working. And for me, I'd be happy right now. Third in the league, bro. And how many points are behind Arsenal? 4, bro. Still in touching distances. Like I said, I don't know what the aim is for Tottenham this season. Whether it's title, I don't think so. But at the same time, you guys are here. You're there. You're in this sort of mini little race that's going on right now. I just say enjoy it, and also this game as well. This United game will also tell a lot into how far you come. If you can get a result here, bro, it'll be massive, absolutely massive.
Because I want to play devil's advocate. I do agree with a lot of what you said, but I want to play devil's advocate because you're right. I don't actually give two Fs what people think about the football. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Is my motto. What I do care about is when people paint us with a brush that is undeserved at times, and it happens within our own fan base as well. But just to play devil's advocate, I do think that Antonio Conte, like, he's not Superman. Do you get what I'm saying? He's not. He's not infallible. He's always going to make mistakes, and he has made quite a lot of mistakes this season. I think his team selections at times have not been good enough. I think his approach in some games, even with his sort of conservative style, has been a bit too on the negative side. And I feel like a more proactive approach could have got us better outcomes and a better product to watch as well. But for me, with Antonio Conte, I don't agree with the notion that, like, his teams, you have to watch Spurs play horrible football for us to get results. I don't agree with that, because I hate referring to last season, so I'm not going to refer to it, but we've seen Antonio Conte in different jobs where his team have actually played. They played some decent stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? And I feel like he has the players at his disposal now to have been putting in better performances than we've seen in some of our earlier games this season. But what I will say is, with Antonio Conte, I'm sorry, when you look at where Spurs are in the league, when you look at the progress we've made as a team, when you look at every single metric that's improved since you guys come at the club, I find it so difficult to even utter the words about his job being under scrutiny or under security.
Never. Ludicrous.
Absolutely laughable to me. It really is. I think I saw something like we've won like 8 consecutive home games.
Like that's been a strong point for Tottenham. Home games.
That's the first time we've done that. That's the first time we've done that since the 16-17 season under Pochettino. Like, I remember I made a tweet last year, and people were getting onto me. I think we lost to Brighton, and I said we need to try to turn this home into a fortress. And since that loss, we've won every single home game. We've won every single home game.
Absolutely. And this is what you want. I think you've got to make your home form a fortress. I think that's what Antonio Conte is doing. It's giving you guys a bit of steel at home. Even if, and again, people don't like the idea that maybe you guys are playing the formation you guys playing at home. But you got to remember,
Saeed, even like I said, some of the team selections, like you just mentioned Basuma. Basuma should have played more games than he already has. Jed Spence should have been introduced. Emerson should not be starting regularly. Like Conte, he does dumb things, and when you do dumb things as a manager, you definitely warrant criticism. But the point I'm making is there's a difference between rightly criticizing the manager and just saying,
and then calling him,
just saying dumb stuff born out of anger.
But the thing is, though, I heard the shouts of bring Pochettino back, but I think you've been there, you've seen that, you've done it, like you've had that style. It kind of petered out towards the end for whatever reason it was. Obviously, there's so many external factors, we won't mention it all. But I feel like for me, now you've got Antonio Conte, you have to judge him for who he is, and I feel like people are not judging him for what he is, and they're trying to want more from Antonio Conte that isn't going to be there. Like Antonio Conte is pretty much, you get what you see. And I feel like for me, people need to relax. People need to have perspective, like I said. And I feel like he will deliver the results. And you start now seeing his team now form in shape with the likes of Bentancur, with the likes of what he's got in the back line. You know, he knows what he's doing. And I think for me, you know what I mean? Maybe this is the world we're living in now. Fans want a lot, fans demand a lot, and this is just part of the game. But people just lose perspective, I feel like, sometimes, and they need to just relax, man.
Fans are, it's fans, especially
fickle.
They can be fickle, but sometimes it's like you're paying all this money to either watch your team in person or pay Sky Sports or BT or support the team.
It's a lot of money.
You want to be like you want to have a reason to celebrate the team. You don't want to see your team doing things that you don't like. Do you get what I'm saying? So everyone is entitled to their own opinions, but it's just some opinions just need to have a bit more perspective. And I think that's the most important thing anyway. But let's talk about the fixture itself. And before I do, people, for those that are in here as well, make sure you smash the like button as well. Let's get it to 200 likes before the end of this stream. Please, let's smash the like button. If you're not subscribed to my channel or Saeed's channel, hit the subscribe button now. Saeed's channel is tagged in the description or tagged in the title. Sorry. Listen, everyone should know Saeed. Saeed is literally the poster boy.
Nah, chill out, man. Chill out. Easy.
But listen, if you ain't subscribed to our channel, subscribe. We were just talking off air about algorithm hell. Help us with the YouTube algorithms, please. So hit the subscribe button on Saeed's channel, hit the subscribe button on my channel, and smash the like button. Let me just quickly read some super chats as well. So big up Brent D. He says, why is there no talk about Spurs in the title race? Me personally, I don't believe in crowning champions in October. I think the only teams that want any sort of title talk, in my opinion, in October are either the team that has won the title before or the team that was closest
last season
in a race the previous season. This business of Spurs and Arsenal and title talks, I'm not hearing it. These are teams that have not challenged for titles in yonks. Do you get what I'm saying? So let them get themselves into a position where it's worthy of us saying they're in the title race, and then we'll say it. Let's get to February or January, whichever it is. Let's get to at least over the halfway point. The business end of the season, and if those two teams are there, including Spurs, then we'll talk.
I think January is when you're gonna people like then have the chest of like we're in this race and we can do this. So I feel like it's probably premature right now, especially before the World Cup, because you just don't know what's gonna happen injury wise after the World Cup. So I hear you. And Usman, big up Usman for the super chat. He says, big up both of you. We getting the combined 11. Nah. Listen, the combined 11 gets messy. It gets messy. It gets messy, Maybe another time.
Good chat with my good brother. Do you get? So...
Yeah. To be fair though, if it was, I could be shameless in it, but you know, what I mean, we're just gonna leave it. This show needs a nice calm day. You know what I'm saying? Calma. Yeah.
But let's talk about the game itself, man. Let's talk about the game itself because
man, big game, man. Big game, I think, man.
It is a big game, and I feel like this fixture has rarely been kind for Spurs. Like we went years losing. I remember there was a game, 2008-2009 season. We were 2-0 up at your ground.
Best game ever.
And we lost 5-2. The following season, we're 1-0 up at your ground. We lose 3-1. It's just always something that kills us there. And there was even one game I remember, the season where we challenged Leicester for the title, and we had you guys first game of the season, and we lost the game 1-0 because it was of a dumb Kyle Walker own goal. But we absolutely dominated that game. We dominated the ball. We created so many chances and didn't win. And then another one as well. My first ever time at Old Trafford, traveling there, Poch's first season at Spurs. I think we would won like 2-3 or 3-4 before that.
Yeah.
And I was in a good mood. And Man United still stumbling around with with Van Gaal, picking up results here and there. I thought, you know what, this is the perfect chance. And then the news broke out a day or two before. The video is resurfacing of Rooney. Do you remember when he got knocked out? Yeah, when he got knocked out. And I remember that game. And
we came out of firing blocks, bro.
Mate, we came
out of blocks. I couldn't believe it.
We got battered. Wayne Rooney doing that celebration for Laney, running rings around us. So, like, even though I was confident on the Big Six, and I'm still confident of a win, make no mistake, this is not a game that I expect Spurs to walk over. I'm only seeking reparation for us actually playing well at this ground and not winning. Because this is not a ground that Spurs traditionally do well in. It's not.
Do well, yeah. It's not. And you know what? There's so many countless games where Spurs have looked in favourites. I remember the time when Jose Mourinho was playing Pochettino and you guys were playing unbelievable. We got the 1-0 Martial. So there's been so many occasions where it's happened. I think last season, I'm not going to lie to you, it was a freak game. Ronaldo just went on a madness and basically just won us a game. And Tottenham did play some good football that day. I think with this game here, I can't lie to you. It's a very, very difficult one to call. I made the prediction of a draw here, but I generally think it depends on Ericsson coming back. We don't know what's going on with her, and Martial probably coming out of nowhere and starting the game. Like if them two things don't happen, I'm sorry, man. Tottenham should fancy their chances massively because we can't score, we can't create. Obviously, we are creating chances, but we just can't have someone to finish them. And I feel like for me, our defense is very, very solid at the minute. But then you never know what it could do with Harry Kane. It's a different outlook. You know what I mean? World class finisher. So it's a very, very interesting game. I think Tottenham, it's about that self-belief. Can they have that self-belief to come here and want to win and have that impetus to come here and know that this is 3 points we're coming to collect? It's one of them. It's a very, very tricky game. What does Antonio Conte do? Does he come in there and think, you know what? A draw is a fair result. Let's go out there. No damage limitations. And you know what? Let's get the draw. How does Ten Hag go about his tactics? Does he say, you know what, Tottenham's a good team here? Do we go out for the win? Because we have been good in the top 6 games, you know. We beat Liverpool, we beat Arsenal. Whether you think we deserved it or not is a different thing. But we have come in there. We're very, very pragmatic. We sat back and we played in transitions and we did it. We got the job done. So that is a little bit of confidence for me. But that was when we had Ericsson in the team. And it's so pivotal, man. And people are underplaying it. I really do.
We'll talk about let's talk about approaches and team selection as well, because obviously you're right. Ericsson is a big one for you. Ericsson is a big one for you, and it's mad. I didn't realize how pivotal he would be. Like I knew he was like a good pickup, but I just thought, you know what, this is just a random signing on a free. I guess he's a good player, but does he really address the issues that they have? And yet somehow he's become a pivotal figure in your team. And I think that's a good thing on him, but I also think that's a bad thing on Man United that they're so
on United. Facts.
Ericsson. But I'm looking at the rest of your team now as well, and here's another chat as well. So here's one from Jonas. He says, "Big up Toes and Saeed. Saeed, would you drop Bruno?" I'm looking at your midfield composition. It's Casemiro's got to start, right?
Casemiro will probably start, but then again, McTominay's coming back from a suspension, so I don't know what's going to happen there. But Casemiro should start. Bruno Fernandes for me. I'm starting to not understand this game. And you know what? A lot of people are. I'm not calling him washed. I'm not calling him a bad footballer or whatnot. But I'm just saying right now, I don't understand his game.
He's too inefficient. He's way too inefficient.
I think for me, you know, when this idea, yeah, I think it is right. You know, when the guy doesn't score or assist, yeah, do you see a mark of a player? Does a player stand out for you? Like, I feel like you do see that in the game. There's certain players like Odegaard, they don't need to play well, but you still see them playing 1-2 triangles. You know what I mean? They're getting in positions, they're making up space, they're freeing up space for other people. This is why I like Odegaard. There's certain number 8s and number 10s I like. With Bruno Fernandes, he offers nothing. He runs around, don't get me wrong. He presses, don't get me wrong. His work rate is unbelievable. I applaud that. But I'm telling you now, yeah, why on earth is Fred in them positions? Where is Bruno Fernandes? Where are you? And this is the problem. When Bruno Fernandes is in that area, is in that mode, he struggles to get involved in a game. And this is the problem. He's very, very one-dimensional. He's not a maverick. He doesn't give you, he's not got any special qualities. And I feel like for me, right now, I've been calling it for about a year. I think his game is getting found out. And can he re-identify his game at 28? I think it's difficult. I think it really, really difficult. That comment there, he's a final third player. That's it. That's it, Tobi. He's a final third player, and that's about it.
With Bruno though, it's clear that most football fans saw the problem with Bruno Fernandes, even with the goals and assists. Like, I actually think he's a really good striker of the ball. I think when he strikes the ball and on set pieces, he's really good. But the problem with Bruno Fernandes is he's way too inefficient on a football pitch. And what I mean by that is he constantly tries to force passes that aren't on. He is so counterproductive when it comes to controlling the game of football. Like, he physically isn't capable of playing a methodical, slow, balanced game. He can't do it. And he can't keep the balls, or he can't retain the ball, especially under pressure. He loses it constantly. He's a bit of a headless chicken on the football pitch, really and truly.
You don't need that,
He's someone who disorganizes your team, and you make up, and you almost have to sort of bear with that lack of organization on the basis that he's going to score and assist. Do you get what I'm saying?
And when he doesn't do that, what happens?
When he's not doing that, your game is rendered null and void because you are not impacting the game in any other shape or form. And it's funny because Spurs actually need like players who could score
Yeah.
like Bruno, who could take set piece like Bruno. But genuinely,
Yeah.
I'm taking Ericsson over Bruno any day of the week for Spurs.
Yeah.
I wanted
Absolutely.
Bruno at Spurs. I wanted Bruno at Spurs. I did, even with his issues. I said, you know what, turnover demon, whatever. Spurs just need goals and whatever. But there's only so much you can take, and I think with him, the level of carelessness that you see in his game with a ball is way too erratic. And I'll tell you this for free: Ten Hag long term is not going to be able to build the team that he wants to build when Bruno Fernandes is the key cog in that midfield.
Signed a new deal though. It's crazy. Signed a new deal, but it's mad.
And that was
I
mad.
know.
That was mad.
That was mad, and it was mad to everyone. And this is for me. I don't like to look down on players who sign contracts or whatnot, because at the end of the day, it's one of them situations where you're never going to be in control. But I think for me, the thing right now, you know, when they say your best ability is your availability, that's Bruno Fernandes. That's literally Bruno Fernandes right now. Donny van der Beek's out with a long-term injury that I don't know what is his injury.
What's his
There's
injury?
no one else.
I was thinking,
bro,
why is he not getting a look in?
Bro, nobody knows. Wallahi, nobody knows. Nobody knows Donny van der Beek's injury. Is it a groin? I don't know yet. And this is the weirdest thing about it. You know, when you know about someone's injury, like you know what's happened. Like you don't know with Donny van der Beek. And this is the problem. Ten Hag has never really said it. He just said he's out with a long-term injury. Ten Hag doesn't really kind of give you the reasons why he's out. He doesn't really say it. So this is the problem here. So, and then you've got Iqbal, who again, like I said, is a youngster. There's nobody in that position that's going to take his spot. So what's Ten Hag going to do? He's going to be like, you know what? I can't really drop him because then that means I haven't got a player in there that could do his role on the bench. So it's just very, very weird. So then right now, we're stuck with him, basically. We're stuck with him. And I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We are stuck with him.
I mean, it isn't a bad way because he's not playing well and you can't drop him. Do you get what I'm saying? So
that's what I'm saying.
So I think so. Based off what you're saying, then I still think Ericsson will play somehow, some shape or form. I don't care about training. This shit happens all the time. I actually expect Ericsson to play tomorrow, but let's just say that he's not playing. So the midfield will be Bruno, maybe Fred and Casemiro, or will it be Bruno, Casemiro, and McTominay?
Yeah, I think it will be Bruno, Casemiro, and McTominay. I generally think. I think McTominay is Ten Hag's kind of guy who you trust.
And what about defense? Defense, I'm assuming it'll be the same, with exception of it'll be the same as Newcastle.
It'll be the same, basically the same. It will be Dallo on the right, who again I think might be a place where Tottenham might target. I really, really do. He has looked good in the big 6 games against Martinelli and Diaz, but I think for me he's starting to get a little bit tired. He's playing every game, even in Europa League game. He's getting run to the ground, which is ludicrous. So then it will be Martinez who will give Harry Kane a torrid time. This guy is an animal. Honestly, he doesn't let you get past him. He doesn't want to lose 50-50s. He is short of what people say, but I think for me, his height, it doesn't kind of like put him down or anything like that. His game still is immaculate. I think Varane as well, he's been a staunch in that defense. Much improved Varane. And then Luke Shaw, who comes in because Malassia's had 2 bad games, which I think for me is very harsh. But the manager is giving Malacia some time off. I think, you know what, reevaluate his game. So yeah, there will be basically the same back 4 plus David De Gea in the back, which again, I always rate, man. Nobody can slander my David De Gea. You know what I'm saying? Like numero uno. I keep saying it, but listen, yeah, back 4 is still the same, and then up front it'll probably be Rashford, Ronaldo. I don't think Martial will be back, man. You would have seen him. If we don't see him in training today, or we don't see him, the manager just talk about him in a press conference, then like he's not playing.
What's his injury? What's his injury?
Bro, he's got a lower back injury now. Apparently, he done it in training, not training, but the warm up before the Everton game. So he's got a little bit of back injury, but I feel like it's flu injury every day. I don't know honestly what's going on. So I think he will play Ronaldo because he took off Ronaldo 20-30 minutes to go in the Newcastle game, and then it'll be Ante on the right. I think Sancho will be dropped because Rashford got a little bit of a rest. So that's what I think will happen. You know what I'm saying?
I actually expect Rashford to start to start tomorrow. I don't know whether he's gonna. The only thing is, I didn't know whether he was gonna start central and Sancho comes in for Ronaldo because obviously Ten Hag is maybe gonna try and play in transition. But for me,
Yeah.
I'm
But
looking at the
Tottenham are
team.
very good in transition, man. They're very, very good, man. That's one thing I praise about Tottenham. They defend well in transition. Okay, the Arsenal game was a bit of a freak, you know what I mean? But I think Tottenham, to be fair, they're very, very well. Bentancur and Højbjerg pick up positions. They're very, very solid in midfield. I think they might dominate the midfield, to be honest with you.
Yeah, man.
So
I'm just going through some team news now for us.
yeah,
So I'm looking at Conte's press conference. So obviously the two key bits and pieces here. So he's spoken on Richarlison. Richarlison is out for 2 weeks. Kulusevski, we don't know. Obviously he's working. He picked up a small knock when he returned to training last Thursday. So I don't think he'll be risked to start. I don't think so. I don't think he'll be risked to start. So I can imagine, obviously, Richarlison's definitely not going to be in the squad, but I can imagine Kulusevski at a push might potentially be on the bench. But I don't think he's going to start. And then that means for us we're going to be playing a 3-5-2. He spoke about Lucas Moura being fit enough to start against United, but me personally, I think that's just a smokescreen. There's no way I can see him starting Lucas Moura at Old Trafford. This guy has not started a single game all season and has only just come back from injury. I can't see it happening personally.
No. I think he'll go with his just trusted and tried. You know what I mean? I think he'll go with the players that have been playing well. So yeah.
So this one's interesting as well because obviously he's now starting to praise Matt Doherty because Matt Doherty is coming back into good form. So he's saying that this is the Matt Doherty that he knew properly. Like
that's typical Conte. That you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So I think for me, I'm looking at the team now, and I think that the team he's going to play, obviously Lloris in goal. I think it will be Dyer and Romero will start. I think Longley will come into this game, and I want him.
You think so?
Yeah, I want him to come into this game. I think he's a better left centre back than Ben Davies on the ball personally, and even off the ball, he's been quite good defensively for us in a free. I think right wing back will be Matt Doherty. I don't see Anderson is suspended, thank God, and I don't think he's going to throw Jed Spence into the deep end to start in this game. So it'll be Matt Doherty, which is. You know what, Matt Doherty, it depends. If Rashford is playing on that left-hand side, I worry a little bit for that matchup because I feel like Marcus Rashford can rinse him. I really think he can. 1v1, I think Rashford can rinse him. But on the left-hand side now, Anthony.
Yeah.
Weird. He's a goal threat, but I think he's been relatively comfortable for defenders to defend.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me, there was one time where he spun the I think it was Dan Burn.
Dan Burn, yeah, I saw that. I was watching the game.
See that? Yeah, he spun him. But then, the thing is with what he needs to learn is that it's not going to be like the Eredivisie where, teams lose shape. And when you cut on that, on your left foot, teams are going to be like, teams get back into shape in the Premier League very, very quickly. And that's one thing that teams love in the Premier League is when certain players cut back. So then all of a sudden, defenders can get back in their position and be like, right, he's all right now. We're all right now. At least he's not doing it quick. And also, he's very, very much one-footed. He needs to learn to use his right foot because then it helps us massively because then he can just basically, he's both-footed, in it. But again, sometimes maybe that's what you got. I do think Anthony was probably our best player against Newcastle. And a lot of people would probably disagree with me, but he was the only one that was trying to do something and trying to make things happen. Doesn't necessarily mean it's very, very good in terms of output. But I think for what he's trying to do, I like the person that has an intent, has a willingness to do things, and it will click sooner or later. But I think with Tottenham, keeping him quiet is just showing him on his left foot, like
this is it.
Sorry, showing him on his right foot, and this is it. Like, you know what I mean?
This is it. And I feel like this one I'm a bit because if we play. It seems like we'll play a free in midfield, which is good. So if we play a free in midfield, I want Perisic to start. But I feel like Antonio Conte may be tempted to go with Sessegnon in this game. He may be tempted to go with Sessegnon in this game, which I won't like. I will not like it personally. I want Perisic to start, but I have a feeling he will play Sess in this game. And you're right. I think with Anthony, it's all about showing him onto his weaker foot. If we can show this guy onto his weaker foot,
Yeah.
I think we can do a reasonable job at sort of keeping him at bay. I'm not saying that he's not a threat. I think he is a threat, and his finishing, we can't let this
He's
guy
very raw. He's very raw at the minute, Toby. He's very, very raw. I think he just needs to understand the game. He needs to understand when not to do things a bit too much. Like, you don't need to cut in all the time. You
just
know what I
don't
mean?
let him cut in. Because last season,
basically,
he gave Ronaldo all the time and space in the world to fire a rocket.
Oh, man, what was Dyer doing? What was Dyer doing for that goal?
And this Anthony guy, listen, for all my criticism of his general play, he's a crazy finisher. Like, his finishing,
I know. His finishing ability is quality.
And I do not want us to, if we allow Anthony to get the ball in the edge of our box with opportunity to sort of find space and shoot, it's peak. It's actually peak. So we need to try and shut that down as soon as possible. I think the midfield battle will be interesting as well, because I think Basuma, for me,
I'm worried about that midfield battle. I'm worried because I feel like
Basuma, Bentancur, and Højbjerg. I think with the 3-5-2, it's going to allow us greater control, and I think you're going to see us try to assert our authority, similar to what we did last season at Old Trafford, where we actually look to try and seek the ball, look to try and press you high. And I think for me, Martinez has helped a lot for you guys. Martinez and Varane, their partnership has helped a lot for you guys in terms of your ability to play out from the back, because I think before it was quite easy for teams to press you high and get you to turn over the ball and make mistakes. I think now it's a bit more difficult for teams to sort of squeeze you, because you've got someone like Martinez who doesn't really get flustered under pressure. I think he will always find gaps with his passes. And also, let me pause on this. People, for those who are watching, nearly 300, in fact, 300 of you lot in here, smash the like button, Get it to over 200 likes before the end of the stream. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you subscribe to Saeed's channel as well. Before I continue, so let me go through some super chats. So it says, big up Brian. He says, big up Toes and Saeed. I expect a KG game, but I think United will nick it. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Usman still asking for a combined 11. Nah, it's not happening, big man. Sorry. And then Saeed, here's one for you before I go back onto the Spurs chat. Abs, big up Abs for the super chat. He says, Saeed, would you rather have Saka or Kulusevski?
I'm a big fan of Kulusevski, so I'm going to say Kulusevski.
Fair.
I think he's a quality player. I generally do, man.
He is. So Saka, to be honest, it's close. But
Saka, it's close. But I feel like, for me, what I get more with the creativity of Kulusevski, I just like the way he plays, man. It's a quality player, man. It's preference.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like back on the team talk as well. I feel like Basuma in this team, after the really good cameo he had against Everton, I think he's gonna give us that platform to be able to play more. Bentancur and Højbjerg are going to be able to seek the ball out more, press higher, join the press, and then Son and Kane. Listen,
deadly duo, man. Deadly duo.
It's a bit problematic for you guys personally. That Son and Kane are actually starting to come into good form. Like, Kane has been in really good goal scoring form this season, but in terms of performances, he's only really starting to get into it over the last week. And I think the same can be said for Son. So it's positive news for us. And we just got to hope that Son can give us a better performance, because last year in this same fixture, Son was absolutely horrible. Like, he was so shit. He was so crap, and I need a reaction from
He's not really playing well in these games at Old Trafford. When was the last time
the only time he's banged properly was when we beat you. Do you remember the 6-1, the COVID season?
Oh yeah, the 6-1. Yeah, that was the game. Apart from that,
he's not
really
that,
relatively have.
He doesn't really assert his authority, and I feel like we're gonna need him and Kane to step up 100%, especially if Kulusevski if Kulusevski's not available, then that means our only attacking options off the bench will be Lucas Moura and fucking Brian Hill. Ugh.
Right, listen, ours is not any better, you know what I mean? So the first 11 might have to win the game, or get a result in this game, I can't lie to you, because we haven't got really anything off the bench to come on, you know what I mean? So it might have to be a bench jump in this game.
I think we got, to be fair, let me not lie, we got Perisic as well, so Perisic can do a job in the attacking areas if he doesn't stop. So, but yeah, I feel like the deadly duo, they're gonna need to be on their A game. We need a W. We need a W in this ground. We need to keep the momentum going. I really think that if we can win tomorrow, we can really go on a run. I think it will give us the confidence we need to beat the likes of
facts
Newcastle on the weekend. And then after we beat Newcastle, then our fixtures up until Liverpool we should be able to navigate. So we have, I think after that after Newcastle we'll play Bournemouth away, which won't be easy because they're in good form, but it should be a game that we're looking to win. Let's be real. I'm not gonna, just because Bournemouth are playing well, does not excuse the fact that we are, in my opinion, a much better side, and we have to be going there to impose our will in the game. So listen, it's gonna be a very, very tasty match, and I love evening kickoffs. I really do.
8:15 kickoff, Amazon Prime. So
I love evening kickoffs. Yeah. So listen, me and you, Ak, we're gonna link up tomorrow. But
definitely
you for hopping onto my stream. Let me just
take
off this screen share and read the super chat. So big up Usman. He says, Saeed, I can't believe you're taking Kulusevski over Saka. Tobi, you're lucky I rate both of you. I almost disliked the video. Come on, man.
Oh gosh.
Imagine
Saka. It's preference, man. Saka's a good player, man.
Saka would cook big time with Kane and Son. I would love, listen, if we didn't have Kulusevski, I would love Bukayo Saka. I think he's quality. I really do. I really do. But listen, Kulu is my killie, man. I can't lie. That's my killie. But anyway, Saeed, let's get back.
Big up, man.
Score predictions before I let you go.
1-1. I'm not confident as some people in the chat. Big up to like Z Gold and them, man. But I can't lie to you, man. I think for me, I'm having to set back a little bit in terms of my realistic expectation. I just don't know if we've got enough firepower for us to win the game. And I don't know if Eriksen's going to be fit. So I think for me, a draw would be a good result. I know it sounds crazy, but it's still a top 6 team. It's still Tottenham who are fighting in that first, second, third front. So I think for me, it's not going to be a big disappointment if we get a draw. So yeah, I'm going to go for 1-1.
Fair. I'm going to go for 2-1. I don't think we're going to batter you by any means. I don't think it's going to be us walking over this game, but I really want us to go there and impose our will on the match and show not just Man United, but show the doubters that we can actually go to these grounds and get a result. We've disgraced ourselves this season when we've gone to Big Six grounds. We didn't really put up a fight against Arsenal in the second half. We only had, to be fair, against Arsenal, we only had a decent 15 minutes in that game. Against Chelsea, we were second best for pretty much the whole game. And we're fortunate to even take a point. We should have lost. So we've not really covered ourselves in glory when we've traveled away from home to these sides. Even West Ham as well. We had a decent first half, poor second half. So we need to rise it, man. We need to rise it, and we need to show what we're made of, because we are more than capable of going to Man United and getting a result. And I'm going to back us to do so. So 2-1 to the Spurs. Harry Kane to
hopefully a good game, man.
Yeah, hopefully Harry Kane to notch, and I think Sonny will notch as well. So listen, folks, again, I'll ask you, please, 300 of you lot in here, smash that like button right now, please. Let's get it.
Come on, hit the like button.
I'm going to check the number of likes right now just to see where we're at. Oh shit, the volume's on. So
yeah, even I'm gonna like it as well right now. So no excuses.
We're on 161. So listen, folks, before I end the stream, please just smash that like button. If literally 30 people who haven't smashed the like button smash it, then we've hit our goal. 40 people, sorry. So thank you for tuning in. I know it's been an awkward time, but I had to do it this time because I'm not gonna get the time this evening, and I'm not gonna get the time tomorrow. But Saeed, thank you for hopping on, man.
No worries, man. Pick up the chat.
What you got planned for the rest of the day?
Yeah, I've got a show, man. I've got a show, Best of the Rest show with your guy. One of your guys. I don't know if you know Patrick. Patrick. Yeah, so I got a Best of the Rest show. Yeah, man. So 6 p.m. Come tune in, people. But other than that, man, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Big up to you, people.
Safe, bro. Safe. And people, again, as I said, last bird call, please make sure you smash the like button and make sure you are subscribed to my channel and Saeed's channel. The links to Saeed's channel is in the YouTube stream title as well. But until then, take care, peace out, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll speak soon.
Big up.